Giravaradhariya. Iya Gopi Janavallabha Giravaradhariya. Yashodanandana Brajajanarangana. Yashodanandana Brajajanarangana. Yamuna Tiravana Chariya. Yamuna Tiravana Chariya. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Oh. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Shri Radha Madhava Ki. Jai, thank you very much. Good, so as a little promo to the program we're having tomorrow, we are having our annual Vaishnava Garden Farm Workshop at the Gear Farms, which is in Caledon, north of Brampton. So in that mood, we have got something to show you about Radha, but before we talk about Radharani and a little bit of her history, I just finished writing a poem about the cow and the bull, which is our theme for tomorrow, a post-Radhastami. So here it is. It won't take too long, and it's very light. There is this very nice couple who pose to be no trouble, introducing Mr. Bull and Mrs. Cow. You will get to know them somehow. She is like your mother, and he is like your father. They started a good business with a product to avoid sickness. The method is quite simple and might appear rather fickle. The bull and cow meet in a very intimate greet. A donation is given by Dad, something he just had to add. It is a very special seed delivered at mighty speed. Before long, a baby does come. It comes out of mum, and also a liquid delight, only in the color white, with a texture like silk, and goes by the name milk. The two are very happy. There's never a day that's crappy, because they are protected and never get rejected. They just eat all day in summer grass, in winter hay. They are super keen to going after the green. From the back or bottom end, they release and send natural medicine, a substance brown, and amber water coming down. They are such givers and only require lovers. That's you, that's me. In other words, it's we. Let's not forget the little one, the daughter or the son. Love is all they want, from the back tail to the front. Haribol. Okay. Yeah, so I got a little help from my friends. We produced this little video on Radha. We showed it last year, but I think it's worth showing again. It's very short, and it's a poem that I wrote, and we got some help from our friends in San Antonio, Texas, as well as the UK, to put this little production together. So enjoy it. Here we go. Check the volume. Uh-oh, you didn't check it. Oh boy. Hare Krishna. These things have to be tested out beforehand. While they're getting that together, we'll just read some of the qualities of Radharani. This is quoting from the Nectar of Devotion by Srila Prabhupada, and it's like a retake or remake of the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu by Rupa Goswami. So, here we go. Don't put it on just yet, okay. We have a list of 64 qualities of Radha. I'm sorry, 25 here. That's listed here. Number 1, she is sweetness personified. Number 2, she is a fresh young girl. 3, her eyes are always moving. 4, she is always brightly smiling. 5, she possesses all auspicious marks on her body. 6, she can agitate Krishna by the flavor of her person. 7, she is expert in the art of singing. 8, she can speak very nicely and sweetly. That wasn't too sweet right there, but anyway. 9, she is expert in presenting feminine attractions. 10, she is modest and gentle. 11, she is always very merciful. 12, she is transcendentally cunning. 13, she knows how to dress nicely. 14, she is always shy. 15, she is always respectful. 16, she is always patient.
She's a teacher of...
Ooh, I guess it's working now, right? Number 17, she is very grave. 18, she is enjoyed by Krishna. 19, she is always situated on the highest devotional platform. 20, she is the abode of love of the residents of Gokula. 21, she can give shelter to all kinds of devotees. 22, she is always affectionate to superiors and inferiors. 23, she is always obliged by the dealings of her associates. 24, she is the greatest among Krishna's girlfriends. And 25, she always keeps Krishna under her control. Hare Krishna. Srimati Radharani Ki. Hare Bol. Great. So ready for the video? Okay. Great.
The embodiment of beauty, the spirit of purity. Her complexion resembles gold, while her senses are controlled. She's calm, composed, collected. To all souls, she remains connected. She is the epicenter of radiance, as a flower's essence is fragrance. She is the master in the cuisine. After her craft, she keeps it all clean. She is a teacher of surrender, holding no place for a pretender. And those who are morose to her can't come close. She is the epitome of the feminine, spontaneous in love beyond resident, loyal to the prime one. To him devotion had begun. She is indeed the goddess, the queen, the only way to get to the king. Her name is Radha.
I thank you, Hare Krishna. The smiles. Hare Bol, thank you. Hare Krishna, so we give you a little background there. Now let's talk about Radha and the concept of Radha. So I was raised in a Christian background. I was Roman Catholic, and we heard about a God, and it's a he. But we did enjoy the pleasure of having before us deities and images of feminine personalities. Most notably was Mary, the mother of Jesus. And we had other, let's say, female divinities, such as Teresa. There's a few Saint Teresas, Saint Anne's, but there's a host of them. It depended on which parish you belonged to, because everyone had their parish patron saints, right? So they were both male and female. So when I first arrived at the temple and made my first visit to Toronto back in 1972, when we were located at 187 Gerrard Street, the edge of Cabbagetown, I was happy to see that there's Krishna's up there, because I had read about him. And he's a male deity. And then the feminine side was also there, Srimati Radharani. There were other personalities, small images of Jagannath, Baladev, and Subhadra, and they're still with us here. In fact, Radha Gopinath, they're also with us. We moved them once from Gerrard Street to 240 the Avenue Road. And it was in 51 years ago. I hadn't yet come at that time, but our deities of Radha, Kirchor, Gopinath, masculine, feminine divinities, were installed. That was 1972. Right, Praharna, you were there? Right, thank you. And that was on Radhastami. So I don't know if it was mentioned, but this is the anniversary, the 51st anniversary of their appearing in Toronto. Haribol. They are the best dressed couple in town. And credit goes to all of you who helped to sponsor the outfits which were made in Vrindavan and other locations. In the early days, we made our own outfits. Isn't that right, Praharna? You? Yes. The women in the community was a flourishing community, and Mother Subhuti was there too. Yeah, and these devotees, they put all the outfits together, bought the fabric, brought any little sequence, any little thing you could find at Stitsky's or whatever the place is, and put it all together and put a lot of energy into it. And it was a major yajna or task done with love. A lot of energy went into it, and they were outstanding. And then what happened is one of those outfits is in a kind of a blue and silver format. They were photographed by an expert photographer. And they were made out, a poster was made of Radha Kirchor Gopinath. And that poster was brought to India. And it was the first time in the history of the world, as far as I know, that there was posters made of Radha and Krishna. And one of our devotees is Thakur Haridas, who's a native of Toronto and had a good business sense. He mass-produced them, and he sold them. He was going around selling them. He went to the Royal Ballet facility and sold them. He sold them as the magic dolls. And then he also went to various sports facilities. I'm not sure which ones, whether it was the Blue Jays or the hockey team, the Maple Leafs, but he was selling the posters to these guys, the athletes, and he was a good salesman. He said, listen, if you put this on your wall, you know, and you offer a wish to them, their magic dolls, you're gonna win the game. And so these big hunky sports personalities were buying these posters. Then what was really amazing is that in India, when I'm talking about the early 70s to mid 70s, the devotees were just there starting up the whole mission and getting people interested in Krishna consciousness and in Srila Prabhupada. The devotees who were operating this, the Life Membership Program, they took interest in this as well. They loved the concept. And so they were buying the posters from us. I believe they bought the rights. but they were doing really well, and they were giving them as gifts to our newly made life members. Then my first year of going to India was 1978, and I made a trip to, it was in Remuna, in the state of Orissa. Most of you know Orissa. That's where the famous Jagannath temple Rath Yatra takes place. You know Rath Yatra, right? Festival of Chariots. It originated in Puri in Orissa. So there's a place called Remuna, and we got our yatra or community named after that community. So it's a really nice place, and they have the deities Kirchora Gopinath, not Radha. There's no Radha. And it's like a relief deity. And the story behind that is that, let's go back to Treta Yuga, which is a former time over 1 million years ago, when Sita and Ram and the whole Ramayana story was unfolded. So at one point, Sita, the consort of Ram, had asked, how will you appear in the Kali Yuga? How will you manifest? Because it's understood that Vishnu, or if you / Krishna, or Rama / etc., all these sort of God equals, duplicates of God, you can say. How will you appear in Kali Yuga? So Krishna appeared at the tail end of Dwapara Yuga, just at the dawn of Kali Yuga. So to answer her question, Ram pulled out his bow and arrow. Yeah, this is the bow, and this is the arrow, right? And he shot and targeted towards a black stone, and he released his arrow, and immediately what happened, once the arrow had struck the rock, this deity was manifest, Kirchora Gopinath. So it's a name of Krishna, and Chora means one who steals, and Kira refers to, or Kshir, depending on where you're coming from in India. Kshir means, condensed milk when it's cooked down. So there, the devotees, that community is so surcharged with love and devotion. They give you the opportunity to see the deities being changed in the morning. There's no curtains. They just dress right in front of you. So if you want to have the liberty to have that experience, you can chant your japa and watch the pujari change the deity, right? So it's really nice. I was also surprised to find that way up on, I wanted to say something. You see, we've got a lot of decorations here now, but all those colors, that sort of a light green with the pink, that's the color they have. They have like tile work on the wall in Puri, in Remuna. So on that, let's say on that wall on the upper side, they had a poster of our deities from Toronto up there. So you can see that the posters were getting around. It was so exciting. And I went one year with Kratu Prabhu, who most of you know. Kratu is he's a Gujarati devotee, and he was into business and architecture. And he was from Brampton. And I still remember when he came here, his first visit. He took so much interest in Krishna consciousness and in Prabhupada. So he and I traveled together, and we went to Puri. And to get there, why do I keep saying that? Remuna. So to get to Remuna, there's a town nearby, Balasore. And Balasore is on the train route on the Jagannath Puri Express. Now, if you want to visit Remuna, you get on the train late in Kolkata, Hora station, which is more like a horror station. And so you get there, and in the middle of the night, about 1:30 to Balasore, and you get off the train. Then you take a tanga, a horse and a sort of buggy, like that, down the road. And then there's a hotel near between Balasore and Remuna, and it's Hotel Toronto. And I asked the guy who was leading the tongue, can you stop for a minute? Stop. So I left Kratu there and I raced out, and even though it was early in the morning, there was, some people there at the counter. I said, excuse me, I just want a little clarification, because the spelling was a little bit off. I said, when you say Toronto, do you mean Toronto, like the city Toronto in Canada? And they go, yes. So I don't know how truthful they were. So I was seeing all these incredible connections between New Remuna, Toronto, Kirchor Gopinath, and it was all kind of mystical and magical. It was just really quite amazing, So unfortunately, we don't have a Radha that's attached to this relief deity in Remuna, but we do have her here, okay? So that's nice. And we've had people come here. I remember one Bengali sannyasi from the Gaudiya Math, he came here and he looked at her, and he looked at several days in a row, and he turns around to me, he says, this Radha, she is exquisite, and I agree with him. I remember, she's gone through different transformations, and I have to admit that her makeup has changed over time. And I personally favored the makeup that was done by a god sister, Tribhuvaneshwari. It was like a beautiful sort of an eyeshadow. And sometimes I wish we can go back to that, but that's just my favorite time. You go to any pictures, old pictures of Radha, it's just so stunning. So she comes across like a queen, right? And that's what, some of our brahmacharis visiting us, this Radha, she's not like young, she looks like a mature queen. But Krishna looks like a little charming boy, And then we also had a couple here, a couple of guys. They were Afro-Canadian. And one of the guys says, hey man, look at this. They believe that their God is black. And look, he's got a white chick. So people respond so favorably to the deities. So let's talk a little bit about Radha, and we don't have so much time. Oh, very little time. Okay, so she was born in the district of Gokul and Vrindavan. And Krishna was born in Mathura, but he was transferred by his father Vasudeva to the area of Gokul, and where there were cowherds, farmers. And Radha and Krishna got to meet. It was sometime after Krishna was born. And when her eyes were closed, she could not see. But when she made contact, when Krishna came in her presence, her eyes opened for the first time. And so she had darshan of the Lord. So that's beautiful. She's born of King Vrishabhanu, or let's say, not exactly. She was found in a lotus flower, a glorious lotus flower. And not a cabbage patch, but a lotus flower, beautiful. And he found her, just like we hear these wonderful stories. Sita, who is also supposed to be an expansion of Radha, and we can talk a little bit about that if we have time. She came from the ground, and her father found her in the ground, coming out of the earth, Bhumi. So that's how Radha appeared, and she was adopted by Vrishabhanu, and the mother was Kirtida. Just like in our opening prayers, a part of the Mangalacharna prayers, we sing the praises of Krishna and his devotees. We also talk about Radharani, who's like molten gold, and that she's the daughter of King Vrishabhanu. She's known to be the expansion of Krishna, the female side. So when we chant Hare Krishna, etc., etc., Hare refers to the blissful energy, the Ladini Shakti. That means the joyful energy of Krishna. And Radha, the names comes from Aradhana, which is Sanskrit referring to worship. So she's the person who worships on the highest level. And she also herself is worshipable. It was Nimbarkacharya who in the 13th century insisted that we have female deities. And if I'm not mistaken, it was Nityananda's wife who also promoted female deities and to have them installed next to Krishna. So Nimbarkacharya is from one of the Sampradayas. They worship Vishnu and Shiva, but he really wanted Radha to be part of this whole experience. So we mentioned about Sita, Durga, Lakshmi. Of course, these are all very strong female deities in our tradition. And according to the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he had discussions with Sanatana Goswami, he's saying that they all are extensions of Radha. Radha comes first. So sometimes people argue, no, it can't be like that. Radha came after Lakshmi. Lakshmi appeared from the ocean of milk, etc., etc. So chronologically, people will argue, just like they do with Krishna. No, Krishna's not first, but we say he is. Krishna's tu Bhagavan Swayam, Govindam Adi Purusham, Tamaham Bhajami. So people argue Vishnu's first. There's this gentleman that I see regularly, he's in Winnipeg. He said, it's Vishnu that's first. That's his whole religion. Vishnu's first, Krishna's second. And I just tried to tell him, please just chill. It really doesn't matter whether it's the hen or the egg, you know, the chicken or the egg, what comes first. Don't worry about it, it's not a big issue. What is important is to see ourselves as servants of Radha. And if we do that, we will be able to get to Krishna. When sadhus and holy men would visit Prabhupada in Kolkata to their house, they would visit. Prabhupada's father, Guru Mohan Dey, was a very generous man. He would invite people over. And Prabhupada's father would say, after Prabhupada was born, his name was Abhay, he was just a young child. And he said, he would ask the sadhus, please bless my child, that he would be a great devotee of Radharani, like that. So there's these wonderful connections, you know, between Prabhupada, between Radharani and Krishna, of course. There's many things that we can say about Radha, and it's all very beautiful, and it's all very fine. She's, of the gopis, the milk maidens, she's the favored one. She's the one that Krishna danced with at the end, when all the other gopis in this circle of dance, you know, basically where Krishna had vanished from their sight, and then Radha was missing. It's because Krishna took her away, and she had the right quality or right attitude, whereas the other gopis were feeling, Krishna's with me alone. So they got a little proud, and you know, pride is pride. It doesn't matter if you're spiritually proud or materially proud. Have you ever met devotees who are sometimes come across as spiritually proud? Like, I'm very special. Maybe you've heard it before. I'm a Prabhupada disciple. Or I'm a Brahmin. Or I'm on the altar and you're not. That kind of air comes across sometimes. And it's not very proper. In fact, you know, we have to take hints from Radharani through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. His coming to this world was predicted, and he's the father of the holy name, and he takes on the form of Krishna, but the complexion and mood of Radha. So what he has to say in the third verse of the Shikshastakam is this. Most of you know it. Trinadapi sunichina, turorapi sahishtina, amanina, manadena, kirtaniya sadahari. So what does that mean? If you want to make advancement, then you have to take a humble position. You have to be tolerant like a tree. You have to be humble like a blade of grass or a straw in the street. You have to be very tolerant. like a tree, and you have to be ready to offer respects to all others. In such a state of mind, one can continually chant, one can continually serve. That's the proper attitude, you know. So it's not that because I'm part of a faith that comes from the oldest culture in the world, therefore I'm the best. We can't carry that kind of attitude, although it might be true. Or that, like sometimes we hear people say, I come from a Brahmin family, you know? And so what? Are you behaving like one? Are you demonstrating the qualities of a Brahmin? If you want to check that out, look chapter 18, text 42. There's 9 qualities of what is a real Brahmin. Okay, so we're running out of time here, and we can certainly go on for several hours, most likely, probably with your questions too. But we'll end it there, and I think it's on a good note. Let's not think we're the body. Let's appreciate that we are servants of Krishna and servants of Radha. We're chanting her name all the time. When we chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, what is it? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I think that's 8 times, you know? That's more than Krishna even. Wow. So the point is that you have to take a humble position, and then you can make advancement. There's no place for pride in Krishna consciousness. Okay? So let us bow low. And when Prabhupada was first seen in New York by his first disciple, Hayagriva, aka Howard Wheeler, Prabhupada was walking like this. He was proud as a Vaishnava, but not proud in the material sense. So, and finally, when we analyze the love that Krishna has for Radha, it's not to be mistaken to be of a mundane type. It's to be viewed as, you know, good as gold, not like our iron type of love and romance that we have in this world. So most of us are very attracted to this kind of conjugal love. That's why people love Bollywood movies and Hollywood movies. Am I right about that? Right? But the pure form of this relationship comes from Radha and Krishna. So thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimati Radharani ki. Haribol. And now, I guess our MC, Anand Janaya.
Thank you, Maharaj. Let's give a big round of applause for His Holiness Bhakti Maharaj Swami.
Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath ki.
Hare Krishna, everyone. We have some announcements before we open the gifts for the deities. As Maharaj mentioned, it's also the 51st anniversary when the deities were installed, or deities were installed on the occasion of Radhastami. So, Shri Shri Radha Kirchor Gopinath ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. So, request everyone to pay attention for another 10 to 15 more minutes as we go through some announcements. We will be getting chance for darshan throughout the evening. So request everyone to please continue being seated. We'll be having some bhajans and kirtans starting soon as well. So everyone standing at the back, we request that you please remain seated. Thank you. We're now going to pass it over to Mother Shama Mohini, who's going to be speaking about a very important campaign, known the Bhadra campaign, which is scheduled to, it's a Bhadra Purnima, which is scheduled to happen next Friday on September 29th. So we'll pass it over to her.
Thank you. Hare Krishna, Srimati Radharani ki jai. So as we heard, Srimati Radharani is the embodiment of kindness and compassion. She brings everyone who is qualified or not qualified to come and serve Krishna. She allows everybody to do their best to offer whatever they can to Krishna. So she is the queen of Sankirtan. She is our queen. Her mood is only to serve Krishna, nothing for herself. So the best way to imbibe Srimati Radharani's mood, to serve Srimati Radharani, is to bring others to Krishna and to share knowledge of Krishna with everybody else. And today, on this auspicious occasion, we're all offering our hearts, many gifts, flowers, and other things to Srimati Radharani. Please also take the opportunity to give the gift of knowledge of Krishna to others, a gift that grows not only by the giver grows, the receiver grows, and the whole world grows. So please take the opportunity, sponsor a set of Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the most essential knowledge of the Vedic literature. Receive the mercy of Srimati Radharani, receive the benediction of the month of Bhadra, where anybody who gives a set on this during this time receives Golok Vrindavan. So we have devotees at the front desk as well as at the book table who'd be happy to help you. We have little cards for you to fill out, and Brahma Prabhu has kindly agreed to offer them with all our love and his special prayers to Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani ki jai!
Thank you, Mother Shamwani. Let's give a big round of applause for the devotees behind this Bhadra campaign. We have a couple of quick announcements before we head on with bhajans and gift opening ceremony for our beloved deities. This weekend, we have special guests and special events. Starting tomorrow, September 23rd to 24th, we have with us Mother Uttama and Partha Prabhus, who are, yes.
Can everyone please just be quiet? This is really important, okay? Please speak no more. Keep it that way. Speak no more.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thanks to everyone. Please stay tuned with me for another 10 more minutes before we head into bhajans. As I was mentioning about a special workshop to be conducted by Mother Uttama and Partha Prabhus. They've come all the way from Vancouver to facilitate a 2-day workshop starting from 10 a.m. tomorrow till about 6 p.m. for both Saturday and Sunday. This workshop is going to be based on relationships, managing conflicts in relations, and staying Krishna conscious as a couple, or even if you're not married. This workshop is also for people who may be considering to marry or singles. It's applicable for all leaders and everyone who may want to improve their relationship in their family and with friends. This retreat, as I mentioned, will be starting tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. both Saturday and Sunday. There will be lunch and prasadam served for these 2 days. The fee for a couple is $40. For singles, it'll be $25. If you are interested, there is more information in the notice board outside, or feel free to come and speak to me. We'll be happy to share more details. We also have with us Kalakant Prabhu visiting us this weekend. He is scheduled to lead Kirtan tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. And he's also going to be presenting the Srimad Bhagavatam class on Sunday, that is the September 24th, and he's the speaker for the Sunday feast as well. So please do not miss out the opportunity in hearing from these wonderful devotees who are traveling from various different parts to be here with us this weekend. And we'll also be having a special Srimad Bhagavatam class by Mother Uttama and Partha Prabhus on the Monday and Tuesday of next week. We'd also like to let you all know that we have a men's-only retreat scheduled to happen on the September 29th to October 1st. That is starting next Friday to Sunday. It's a retreat over the weekend. And His Holiness Bhaktimarg Swami is one of the organizers for this retreat. And it is scheduled to happen at New Vrindavan, not the Vrindavan in Delhi, but one in West Virginia at the United States. It's a wonderful retreat exclusively for men with prasadam, lodging, and accommodation, and a lot of bonfire kirtan, and some meaningful seminars and retreat, which will be scheduled to happen next weekend, September 29th. And once again, for more information, please come by the front desk and meet with Raj Prabhu, who will be able to share more details on how to participate in the retreat. So one last announcement for the day. We have the Krishna Fun School virtual Bhagavad Gita classes, which started this week. If you'd like to enroll your children, if they're under the age of 15, there is posters in the front desk to learn more about how you can include your kids and children to participate in the Krishna Fun School events. We want to take a quick moment to thank the cooks for today and some special devotees who baked cake on the occasion of Radhastami. Would like to thank Radhika Raman Prabhu, Sadhana Mataji, for cooking today's feast, which will be served at 8:30 p.m. We also want to thank Navadip Leela Mataji, Prema Manjari Mataji, Shastina Mataji, Sadanandi Mataji, and Chandra Mataji. Can we make a big round of applause for all these devotees? And also thanks to Gagandeep Prabhu, who helped in decorating the altar with the gopis on the sides, as you can see. So big thanks to all the wonderful volunteers who were involved in putting together this beautiful festival. We'll now have the gift opening ceremony by the pujaris, and we'll also be having kirtan, bhajan and kirtan, led by Mother Rukmini for the next 40 minutes. And then we'll have the 8 p.m. Aarti, and of course the prasadam will be served at 8:30 p.m. Thank you all. We hope to see you again over the next couple of days and for the Sunday feast. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Hare Krishna. There's a request for everyone to move forward in the northerly direction towards the deities. So those of you who are sitting, please slide forward as best as you can. Okay, make room for the folks that are coming in. There's lots of space here. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop. When your knees hit somebody's back, then you know you're okay. Come on.
Hare Krishna. So we'd like to ask everyone if they wouldn't mind sitting down. So everyone that's here, if you can move over to the side, sit down so that everybody else behind you can see. And you can take darshan later. So if everyone from that post over there can find their way behind the rope, and have a seat, please. So we have some beautiful candles and a tiara and some safety pins from an anonymous devotee. So we have a very beautiful tiara from Sham and Jasni. Of course, to Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani ki jai. So we have an assortment of gifts. We have some incense, candle, oils, handkerchiefs, safety pins, necklaces, a beautiful pair of earrings, and this is from Murlidhar Seva and Kripa Mai Devi Dasi. Srimati Radharani ki jai. So we can never be out of storage containers. We're always needing storage containers. And this is from Taruni Ngi. Srimati Radharani ki jai. Here. Okay, we have many small items. Also from Karuni and Chitrangi. We have some giant safety pins, some towels that we can always use. We have Twinkle, which is a cleaner, brass and silver cleaner. Items get tarnished very quickly with the water. Handkerchiefs, saffron. And a couple of containers of straight pins.
Shri Shri Radha Kirtan Gopinath ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dhaite. 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 Gokula Taruni Mandala Mahite. Gokula Taruni Mandala Mahite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dhaite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dhaite. Dhamodhararati Varadhana Veshe Hari Nishkuta Vrindha Vipineshe. Dhararati Varadhana Veshe Hari Nishkuta Vrindha Vipineshe. Damodhararati Varadhana Veshe Hari Nishkuta Vrinda Vipineshe. Varadhana Veshe Hari Nishkuta Damodhararati Varadhana Veshe Hari Nishkuta Vrindha Vipineshe. Rati Varadhana Veshe Hari Nishkuta Vipineshe. Dhamodhararati Varadhana Veshe Hari Nishkuta Vrinda Vipineshe. Rati Varadhana Veshe Hari Nishkuta Vrinda Vipineshe. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dhaite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dhaite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dhaite. Gokula Taruni Mandala Mahite. Gokula Taruni Mandala Mahite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite.
Hare Krishna. Welcome back. So now we have an assortment of we have a beautiful necklace with a headpiece and matching earrings. And this is from the Himani family. Himani and family. Srimati Radharani ki jai. Okay, some more necklaces, earrings, and yes, necklaces and earrings from Vandita. Srimati Radharani ki jai. We have another beautiful set of earrings and necklace from an anonymous devotee. Srimati Radharani ki jai. Okay, another necklace with matching earrings with a long letter we will not read, but it's from Damayanti and family. Haribo, Srimati Radharani ki jai. So a box of assorted safety pins, straight pins, beautiful necklace with matching earrings, blue tack, and it's from Krishna Kala Das. Srimati Radharani ki jai. So another set of fabulous earrings, matching necklace, and headpiece with a beautiful letter to Shri Radha Kirchor Gopinath from Sudevi and Mahajan Das. Srimati Radharani ki jai. So we have a beautiful picture of Srila Prabhupada taking darshan of Radha Krishna. We don't know where these, Radha Govinda in New York. Shri Radha Govinda ki jai. So today Radha Govinda is making their presence known in New Remuna. They've come to visit Radha Kirchor Gopinath. So as we know, our philosophy is achintya beda beda tattva. So one yet different.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dhaite. Rishabhanudhadhi Vadhanaveshe. Rishabhanudhadhi Navashashrekhe. Lalita Sakhi Gunaramita Vishakhe. Radhi Navashashrekhe. Lalita Sakhi Gunaramita Vishakhe. Rishabhanudhadhi Navashashrekhe. Lalita Vrishabhanubhadhi Navashashilekhe Lalita Sakhi Gunaramita Vishakhe Shashilekhe Lalita Sakhi Gunaramita Vishakhe Vrishabhanubhadhi Navashashilekhe Sakhi Guna Ramita Vishakhe Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dhai Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dhai Gokula Taruni Mandhala Mahite Gokula Taruni Mandhala Mahite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dhaite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dhaite Karunam Kurumai Karuna Bharite Sanaka Sanatana Vanita Charite Karuna Bharite Sanaka Sanatana Vanita Charite Karunam Kurumai Karuna Bharite Sanaka Sanatana Vanita Charite Sanaka Sanatana Vanita Charite Karunam Karumai Karuna Bharite Sanaka Sanatana Vanita Charite Sanatana Vanita Charite Karunam Karumai Karuna Bharite Sanaka Sanatana Vanita Charite Karuna Bharite Sanaka Sanatana Vanita Charite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dhaite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dhaite Gokula Taruni Mandala Mahite Gokula Taruni Mandala Mahite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dhaite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dhaite Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Ram Radha Gopinath Radha Krishna Gopinath Radhe Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada
Shri Radha Kirchor Gopinath Ki Jai. So we have some tide for doing the Lord's laundry from an anonymous devotee and from Sudevi Mataji. One from her, one from an anonymous devotee. Haribol. So we have a bag full of goodies, mostly cleaning products and lighters, and an envelope with some Lakshmi in it. And this is from Radha Gopi Vallabha, Yashomati Mataji, Bobby, Meera, and Sanaya. Sorry, Radha Gopinath. Yes. Siya. Another, some very practical gifts. So Shrimati Radharani needs hangers and cleaning solutions, etc., to keep the deity area tidy and clean, and all her outfits hung very nicely in the closet. And these are from an anonymous devotee. So we have a box of beautiful jewelry. We have earrings, bangles, bindis, and a handband. Hairband. For Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani Ki Jai. And again, from an anonymous devotee. So we have a mirror. After Radharani finished getting dressed, she always liked to see how she looks. And so the pujaris come around with the mirror so she can have a look to see how she looked today, each day. And this is from Nantini, Pramila, Vijit, and the rest of the family. Srimati Radharani Ki Jai. And so we have cleaning products, matches, candles, nail polish with sparkles. So you'll see how Radharani looks tomorrow morning. Be here bright and early at 4:30, and she'll show you her fingers, if you're lucky. So again, some storage containers, some kitchen supplies, spatulas, pine sol for cleaning the kitchen. We have pledge for polishing the altar, towels for polishing the altar with the pledge, lighters. We have braiders, etc. And all of this from the Bakshi family. Srimati Radharani Ki Jai. So, yeah. 2 boxes of incense from some wonderful anonymous devotees. Srimati Radharani Ki Jai. Radharani likes to keep the environment fragrant, So she likes to have incense and a lot of nice smelling oils, etc. to please Gopinath. So we have a saffron dhoti for Gopinath, some towels, some handkerchiefs and other small items. And these are also from an anonymous devotee.
Hare Krishna.
Srimati Radharani ki jai. So we have a big bottle of cleaning liquid for cleaning all of the paraphernalia that the Lord uses on a daily basis. Some beautiful earrings, necklace and earring set in the box, and hair clips from Bhakti Yoga Das, Janavi Radha Devi Dasi, Haridas, Neelamadhava and Jambavati Dasi. Srimati Radharani ki jai.
Shri Radha Kicho Gopinath ki jai. Srimati Radharani ki jai. Shri Radhastami Mahotsava ki jai. So the next bhajan is, we're going to chant a special composition by Srila Jiva Goswami. And it goes Krishna Prema Mai Radha. So once a year we get this opportunity to meditate on beautiful songs composed by our Goswamis. So I know everybody has had a long week and it's Friday night. I request everybody to calm down for next 10-15 minutes and let us meditate on this very special bhajan glorifying Srimati Radharani and Shri Krishna, and it is composed by Srila Jiva Goswami. Krishna Prema Mai Radha, Radha Prema Mayo Hari, Jivane Nidhane Radha Krishna Gatir Mama, Krishna Prema Mai Radha, Radha Radha Krishna Gatir Mama means let it be my eternal prayer. Let that be the only desire that I have. So let us sing from all our hearts, praying to Shri Radha Kicho Gopinath. Radha Krishna Gatir Mama. One more time, everybody together. Radha Krishna Gatir Mama, Krishna Dravinama Radha, Radha Dravinama Hari, Jivane Nidhane Nityam, Radha Krishna Gatir Mama. Radha pranamayi Radha, Radha pranamayo Hari, Jivane nidhane nityam, Radha Krishna gatir mama. Krishna Dravamai Radha, Radha Dravamayo Hasi, Jivane Nidhane Nityam, Radha Krishna Gatir Mama, Krishna Dravamai Grihe stita Radha, Radha gehe stito Hari, Jivane nidhane nityam, Radha Krishna gatir mama. Everybody together, Radha Krishna Gatir Mama, Radha Krishna Gatir, Radha Krishna Gatir Mama, Radha Krishna Gatir Mama. Nilambaradharo Radha, Pitambaradharo Hari, Jivane nidhane nityam, Radha Krishna gatir mama. Before we move on, we'd like to announce that we have many gifts from many devotees. We might not have a chance to announce and show all of them to you, but we will announce and show them all to Srimati Radharani and Gopinath. So fear not, your gifts will be shown to them. They will see them, they know who they're from, but just we might not be able to share them with all of you. So that being said, we have a bag of many boxes of incense and beautiful necklace with matching earrings. Happy Radhastami from Nitya Tripta
Dasi Rasamandal Das and family. Srimati Radharani ki jai. We have many gift certificates are coming in. Devotees who were offering, they might not have brought presents today, or maybe they have brought presents, but as well as the presents, they're also giving, it's called a transcendental gift certificate. And I think they can be had from the reception counter in the hallway, right? So anyone feeling inspired today, and you'd like to make a humble offering to Srimati Radharani and Kirchur Gopinath, please make your way to the back counter in the hallway, and you can fill one of these out and bring them up here. So again, we have incense and matches. So they always go together. You need the matches to light the incense. So these have been wonderfully offered by some anonymous devotees. Thank you very much. So we have a box of many goodies. We have beautiful earrings, hair pieces for Srimati Radharani, beautiful necklace, or sorry, it's a hair piece. So when Radharani does up her hair, she will wear these. A belt that can be worn by Gopinath. Oh, it's also a hair piece, but it's a bigger hair piece. And a fabulous set of, it's a necklace, a choker, and beautiful earrings, and they're from Tulsi and Angadas. And a beautiful gift box with nice soft towels. And these are from Meenakshi, Raj, Radhapriya, Manisha, and Abhay. So now, unfortunately, we have to close the doors. So all of these offerings that are here, they will be offered to Radha Kirchur Gopinath. We will announce to them who the gifts are from, and but you will not get to see them until Srimati Radharani wears them. So keep your eyes peeled. One of these days, you might see Radharani wearing some of these beautiful jewelry. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Hare Krishna. Shri Shri Radha Kirchur Gopinath ki jai.
We're on the last paragraph. One of the other names of Srimati Radharani is Vrindavaneshwari. She's the queen of Vrindavan. And this line glorifies her. So let's chant that along. Vrindavaneshwari Radha Krishna Vrindavaneshwara Jivane Nidhane Nityam Radha Krishna Gatir Mama Vrindavaneshwari Jayo Radha Gopinath Radha Kirchur Gopinath Radhe Jayo Radha Kirchur Gopinath Radha Kirchur Gopinath Radhe Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.
MC, where are you? Mr. MC, where are you?
Hare Krishna everyone, as the doors close, we'll be getting ready for the 8 p.m. 8 o'clock Aarti. Request devotees to please stand as we are going to have Ajamil Prabhu and Bhakti Marg Swami lead us into the 8 o'clock Aarti for today. Hare Krishna.
Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Devi ki, Srimati Radharani ki. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swapin Eti Namine Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Bhastyatyatesha Tarine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Bhastyato Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Namo, Namo, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna.
Hare
Jai
Krishna
Radhe.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Everyone.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna
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 Hare Hare,
Hare Rama
Hare Rama
Rama
Hare Hare.
Everyone.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Clap those hands. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama,
Hare Ramo,
Rama Rama,
Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Bol, Hare Hare, Hare
focus,
Hare.
focus.
Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Arms up in the air. Krishna, Krishna.
Jai Radhe Shyam. Hari Bol.
Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everyone.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Premanandi, wiggle those hands. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh ho! Aha! Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Aha! Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Dada! Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Bala bala! Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, oh Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh ho! Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, oh Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, oh ho. Aha! Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, oh Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, oh Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, oh Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, oh Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, oh Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, ding da ding. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, oh Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna